Live from Cardines Field in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island, it is the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Tonight, it's the 5th iteration of the Pell Bridge Series and the battle for Rhode Island as the Newport Gulls will be taking on the Ocean State Waves. I'm Quinton Pelzel, and we'll start with the Waves, who have lost their last 2 games and 7 of their last 10. They lost last night against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks 5-1, and it doesn't get any easier for them tonight as they go up against one of the league's best in Kevin Sider, the right-hander from Quinnipiac. As for the Gulls, they're also struggling. They've lost 4 of their last 6 and lost a couple days ago to the North Shore Navigators 4-1 here at Cardines. They'll go up against the lefty from Seton Hall in Joe Sinella. We have interviews with players and coaches, so don't go anywhere. Also, first pitch right around the corner on the NECBL Broadcast Network and the Newport Gulls pregame show. Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm here with the right-hand pitcher, Braden Ostrander, for the Newport Gulls. And Braden, I want to talk to you about your first season here for the Newport Gulls and in the NECBL. How's it going for you?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely been a blast. I mean, being here in the beautiful city of Newport, great group of guys, winning a lot of ball games against some pretty good teams, high-quality baseball. Just can't get much better than this.
And you talked about high-quality baseball in the NECBL here, and you're at the top of the game. You're pitching very well. Your first run of the season you gave up was last game against the Sharks. You have an ERA, I think, under 1 now. What's been the key to your success this year against some really good hitters in the NECBL?
I mean, I'd say the biggest thing for myself and my success, and pitchers in general, is kind of filling up the strike zone as much as possible. Whether that be fastball, slider, anything else I have, just as many strikes as possible, kind of limit their chances and get ahead so they don't have as much as an opportunity.
And the NECBL All-Star Game is coming up next week. Your resume obviously speaks for itself. Just talked about how good you have been. Is that something that coming into this year was on your radar? Did you want to participate in the All-Star Game? Is that on your mind now? Where do you stand on that?
Honestly, coming in here, didn't really think it would be much of a possibility. Didn't throw much this spring, rehabbing from an injury. Wasn't really on my radar coming in, but I've pitched decently enough, and hopefully I'll get an opportunity here soon. I do think it would be a huge honor.
And you have a baseball, right?
I do.
Right there. So we've got a baseball here, and we haven't done this all year, but what I do want to do with you, you have a obviously fastball that can touch the mid-90s, and then you have a wipeout slider. I want you to show the audience how you grip these pitches, and then if you have any other pitches too, like a changeup or any other pitch. So we'll start with the fastball, right?
All right, so I go fastball here. So I've been going on this side of the seam.
Okay.
But I've been having some issues lately with some cut. So I've just bumped it over a little bit here. Thumbs tucked under the ball, try to get as much ride as possible. Kind of go slider here on this seam. And I'm just thinking come around the side of the ball. And then haven't thrown it much, haven't needed it much, but been playing with the changeup because Lord knows I'm going to need that here soon. So.
Well, thank you very much, Braden. Appreciate that. It's always a blast catching up with Braden, and we'll possibly see him tonight pitching against the Waves. We'll be back with more on the Newport Gulls pregame show.
Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. My name is Louis DePietro. I am here today with Mike Vasil, head of our director of media and broadcast here for the Newport Gulls. And Mike, a third time on ESPN Plus tonight. What does that opportunity mean to not just yourself, but also the Newport Gulls organization?
I mean, for the Gulls and for, all of us who work here, it's a testament to what we're able to put together for this and how our broadcasts have been one of the league's best for some time now. And that starts with Tom Lima, who still helps out, still comes down quite a bit. And, he's a huge part of this operation still. So for the Gulls, everyone here, that's something to be proud of. And for Tom to get this going and get it to the level where it's at now, where, we're at a really high level with, our 6 camera setup, graphics. So it's been a ton of fun to be a part of this, and you got to thank him for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tom, a big part of the media crew here. And so you've been through a couple of ESPN Plus games so far. Is there anything different on an ESPN Plus day compared to a regular NECBL broadcast?
Well, we try and run it the same way. You always want to prepare as it's going to be your best game every time you come out here. So that's always the goal. But I mean, obviously there's a little bit more nerves. You want things to be picture perfect. So yeah, I think just a little more attention to detail. The graphics, obviously, we get to use ESPN Plus graphics, which are incredible. They look amazing. So setting those up for the game, going through them, making sure we have the opposing team where we want to be, or our team where we want to be. And every game we try to get a little more sophisticated, a little more deep in with the graphics. And it's been going pretty well so far. So knock wood that we can have another great broadcast tonight.
Absolutely. And I know you've been around this media profession doing a lot of different things in a lot of different cities, about a decade now. What's it like being here in Newport? You talked about the 6-camera setup, the graphics. I know we are here at Cardines Field, a little bit of an older stadium, a little bit older thing to work with. But what's it been like for you with this experience here in Newport this summer?
It's been awesome. From the first day I got here, I met with Mike Falcone, Tom, Chuck, Chris, Ron. They were so phenomenal, and everyone kind of took me under their wing a little bit and said, hey, we know it's a little different here and how they do things. And Tom was absolutely phenomenal. Mike, great job showing everyone of us around. And Chuck, Chris, and Ron have been so supportive of everything here. So it's been incredible. And like you said, it's a little different. We're underneath the stadium here, so it's a cool little setup there. But we do a great job, and I'm really proud of everyone. I mean, our staff this year has been phenomenal. From our first day here, we've had a great broadcast, and everyone since has gotten better. So we work towards a goal, and everyone here in Newport knows we try to raise the bar, and I think that's something we've done. So yeah, there's going to be hiccups with any broadcast along the way. You're going to run into some problems, but it's how you deal with them, and I think we've done a really good job with doing that and getting the best product out there.
Absolutely. Been a long journey, a lot of things coming together. And one thing, just because I know we talked about how you've been enjoying your summer here in Newport, what's one of your favorite things that you've been doing when you're outside of Cardines Field down here in Newport, Rhode Island?
I just like going out to eat outside on the water. I mean, it's great. A lot of great restaurants here where you could sit down outside, just kind of unwind, relax, have a nice lobster roll maybe, something good. Get something fancy when you're here in Newport. Act like a tourist once in a while. That's what I do when I'm here. So have a little fun, and it's been this is where I spend most of my time, though, right here at Cardines Field. But, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And stay tuned for more on the Newport Gulls pregame show.
Thank you, guys. Back on the Newport Gulls postgame show. I'm here with the player of the game, Matt Shark. The Gulls win 11-3 against the Ocean State Waves. And Matt, you had 2 home runs in this game. First time all season you had 2 home runs, 4 RBIs as well. What was clicking tonight?
After my first at-bat, it was a little, choppy, just missing balls, I feel like I was out of sync, and I was talking to Noah Smith after my first at-bat, and he said I kind of looked, out of rhythm. And so, I just really made it, I really made sure in my last 3 at-bats that I was in rhythm and on time for pitches. It really worked out.
Well, you've looked in rhythm over the past few weeks. You've caught fire. You now lead the team in home runs and RBIs. What's been the adjustment for you over the last couple weeks here?
I was definitely a little bit uncomfortable, I would say, at the beginning, and just being on time with the pitches, especially, on time for the fastball. That's the pitch to hit. And I was just missing those at the beginning of the season, and now I feel really comfortable in there and on time with it.
And Matt, you guys get a much-needed win coming into this game. You guys had lost 4 of your last 6 games, and really for the first time all season, you guys were facing a little bit of adversity, but you get a much-needed win in the rivalry game against the Waves.
Yeah, definitely. Losing D'Onofrio and Colossingham, guys, Trent. Shout out to Trent, go sign with the Phillies, go Trent. Shout out to all the guys who got drafted. Losing those guys, it's a big dent in our team, but we're going to find a way, and today was a good start of that, 10 hits, 11 runs, just keep it going.
Yeah, great win for the Gulls. Congratulations, Matt, on the game. Thank you for your time. That's Matt Shark, player of the game for the Newport Gulls. They get their 4th win of the season against the Waves. They now improve to 23-8 on the season. That'll do it for us here at Cardines Field. Once again, the final score of the Newport Gulls 11 and the Ocean State Waves 3. Have a safe night, everybody. We'll see you next time.